Hare Krishna. Welcome to the Srimad Bhagavatam class. Today is Tuesday, 8th June 2016. So we first start with our prayers. So please repeat after me. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshu bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata sevaya Bhagavate uttama shloke Bhaktir bhavati naistiki Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Yesterday we spoke about some introductory things about Bhagavatam, and we chanted the first shloka of the first canto of the first chapter. And we got a little idea about what Bhagavatam is all about. Today, we will establish the supreme position of the Bhagavatam among the literatures. Through Bhagavatam only, In Bhagavatam itself, it is very clearly indicated about the position of Bhagavatam. Yesterday we talked about the position of Krishna. So, since there is going to be a gap of 1 week, I thought it is good that we get this established very nicely so that the Katha part can start from next week. What we'll do is we'll just chant one shloka related to that, and then we'll discuss about it. We are going to take Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1, Shloka number 3. So I request everybody to please participate in this chanting. This is one part of the Bhagavatam class. This way, slowly our Sanskrit will also improve, and we'll be able to pronounce it better. Nigamakalpataror galitam phalam Nigamkalpataror galitam phalam Shukamukhad amrutadrava samyutam Shukamukhad amrutadrava samyutam Pibata Bhagavatam rasam alayam Pibata Bhagavatam rasam alayam मुहुर अहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः
रसिका भुवि भावुकाः
मुहुर अहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः
मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः
जय राधिका माता जी। Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I don't have a book with me right now.
You can't
I'll
see the
read
screen.
little
Okay.
later.
And who all can see the screen?
I can see,
Okay.
Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji. I just heard one voice. Please, Mataji, please go ahead.
Purpose, you mean?
No, the shloka, the same shloka, like make everybody repeat.
Oh, not so good with
Just try it. Doesn't matter. Nobody is good.
Okay, I'll try. Nigama kalpataror galitam phalam.
Nigamakkalpataror galitam phalam.
Sukam mukat amritadrava samyutam.
Yutam.
Pibata bhagavatam rasam alayam.
Pibata
Bhagavatam rasam alayam.
Mahur aho rasika bhuvi bhavuka.
मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः
We'll go for the word by word translation. So please repeat after me. Nigama, the Vedic literatures.
Vedic literatures.
Kalpataro,
Kalpataro,
the desire tree.
the desire tree.
Galitam,
Galitam,
fully matured.
fully matured.
Phalam,
Phalam,
fruit.
fruit.
Shuka,
Shruka,
Srila Shukadeva Goswami,
Srila Sukadeva Goswami,
original speaker of Srimad Bhagavatam.
the original speaker of Srimad Bhagavatam.
Mukhat,
Mukad,
from the lips of. Amrita,
Amrita,
nectar. Drava,
Drava,
semi-solid and soft and therefore easily swallowable.
semi-solid and soft and therefore easily swallowable.
Easily swallowable.
Samyutam,
Amrita,
perfect in all respects.
perfect in all respects.
Pibata,
Pibata,
do relish it.
do relish it.
Bhagavatam,
Bhagavatam,
the book dealing in the science of eternal relations with the Lord.
dealing in the science of the eternal relation with the Lord.
Relation.
Rasam,
Rasa,
juice,
juice,
that which is relishable.
that which is relishable.
Alayam,
Alayam,
until liberation
until
or
liberation,
even in a liberated condition.
or even in a liberated condition.
Muhu, always.
Always.
Aho,
Aho,
oh,
oh,
Rasikaha,
Rasika,
those who are full in the knowledge of mellows.
those who are full in the knowledge of mellows.
Knowledge of Melu.
Bhuvi,
Bhuvi,
on the earth.
the earth.
Bhavuka, expert and thoughtful.
Bhavaka, expert and thoughtful.
So such wonderful words in this particular shloka. O expert and thoughtful men, relish Srimad Bhagavatam, the mature fruit of the desire tree of Vedic literatures. It emanated from the lips of Sri Shukadeva Goswami. Therefore, this fruit has become even more tasteful. Although its nectarian juice was already relishable for all, including liberated souls. So please repeat after me. O expert and thoughtful men,
Oh,
But
thoughtful men,
relish Srimad Bhagavatam,
relish Srimad Bhagavatam,
the mature fruit of the desire tree
the mature fruit of the desire tree
of Vedic literatures.
of Vedic literatures.
It emanated from the lips of Sri Shukadeva Goswami.
It emanated from the lips of Sri
the lips of
Goswami.
Dev Goswami.
Therefore, this fruit has become even more tasteful.
Therefore, this fruit has become more tasteful.
Although its nectarian juice was already relishable,
it's materially useless
for all,
for all,
including liberated souls.
including liberated souls.
Thank you very much. Now I request everybody to please mute their mics. At the end, when you have questions, then you can unmute. Thank you. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swaminiti Namine. Namah Acharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayine Gaura Katha Dhamadaya Nagar Grama Tarine. Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So this particular shloka, as I said in the beginning, establishes the supreme position of Bhagavatam among the literatures. We can see some of the words which describe that. Galitam phalam, Galitam phalam, fully matured fruit. We know how fruit is. It's in the rock, small condition, flower condition, and then it becomes a fruit, then raw condition, then semi-raw, and then finally it becomes fully ripened, and then only it becomes relishable. And then kalpataru. Kalpataru is like desire tree. Desire tree is one which gives us whatever we want. And since it is touching the lips of Shukadeva Goswami, Shuka means parrot. So we all know that when a fruit is eaten by parrot, it becomes even more sweet. I remember when we were children and used to go to the market to buy fruits. We'll particularly look for fruits like mango or guava, which is having a mark of the beak on that, little portion eaten up. And that will be guaranteed sweeter than others. The same way, Srimad Bhagavatam is the sweetest. It's sweeter than others, no doubt, but it is the sweetest. And here it says that, it is Amrita Drava. Drava is like not fully solid, not fully liquid, thick nectar. So Srimad Bhagavatam is like that, And then what comes out of the fruit? Mostly the juice, right? So it further adds that whether you are liberated or you are in a conditioned stage, whichever stage you are, you can enjoy this nectar. And then already those who have enjoyed it, they can tell you. If you want to know about something, you will definitely ask the person who has already seen it or tasted it, or right? How is a particular movie? Then you ask, or you buy a product. There are some testimonials, reviews. How many reviews? How many stars have been given? So this is one literature which has got all the stars, everything. So now I'll stop sharing and then I'll speak. So yesterday we saw in the first shloka how Satyam Param Dhimahi, Krishna is described as Satyam Param Dhimahi. And today we are seeing about the qualities of Bhagavatam, the greatness of Bhagavatam. So Srila Vyasadeva himself is declaring it as the wonderful ripened fruit of Vedic literature. That means it has all the qualities that are required to relish anything. And then desire trees, desire trees for what? For getting whatever we want. Like yesterday, remember I told you that how Bhagavatam has a comedy, tragedy, romance, war, fighting, family affair, conjugal love, madhurya, everything is there. All the rasas are there. So there are 12 basic rasas. 12 basic rasas here it is described. I'll just read them and you pay attention to these 12 because we all come across these in our lives. Raudra is anger, right? Adbhuta, wonder. Shringara, conjugal love. Hasya, laughter, comedy. Veera, chivalry, bravery. Daya, mercy. Dasya, servitorship. Sakhya, fraternity, friendship. Bhayanaka, horror, horrible. Bibhatsa, shocking. Shanta, neutrality. And Vatsalya, parenthood. The bhava of Vatsalya. That's also one rasa. And all this culminate into, if you combine all these, that becomes real affection or love. When a person is in love, he goes through all these, all these stages, all these rasas are experienced. We have seen that people have both good and bad experiences. So when the good experiences exhaust, like you start with the good, of course everybody expects the good to last forever. But when that exhausts, because what's the problem? Everything is at the material level. We want a material happiness, and then that doesn't last longer. Its nature is like that, it's temporary. And interestingly, one sukha or some satisfaction that you get in material life leads to another requirement. For example, if you are thirsty and you have a water, that's the requirement, right? But then after drinking, you feel, oh, if the water was cold, that would have been much better, because it's very hot outside. And then when you get the cold water, then you say, okay, if the same thing was, a little lime and little sugar had added to that, that becomes a different. So like that, one thing leads to another. And then what happens if you don't get that? Then it results into anger. It results into depression. It results into, ultimately sometimes horror also, the violence. Different people react differently, no doubt. But what we are trying to say is that if you want to have a long-lasting satisfaction in your life, then you must seek by the spiritual means only. Srila Prabhupada always used to say, material problems, spiritual solutions. For material problem, there is no material solution. All material solutions have been tried again and again and again, and the results are the same, more or less. You get some satisfaction, no doubt, otherwise people won't even try. But then they can't figure out what's going on. Like in New Zealand, there was a tribe. This lesson we learned when we were, I was just a trainee almost 40 years back. And then a study was done, and they found that this particular tribe, they're working only for 6 hours a day. Whatever you do to them, they won't work more than 6 hours. And they wanted more productivity and more, things. This is how the modern things works. They want to study everything in detail and then try to find out how to improve things, how to optimize, etc. So somebody said, let us do one thing, let's make them a little greedy. So what they did, they decided, they declared that from tomorrow, if you work 4 hours, 6 hours, you are working already. So you are getting, let's say, I'm just giving some figures, $60 or rupees or whatever. So they said, if you work for 8 hours, we will give you per hour, your per hour things will increase to 15 rupees. So you get 120. And then after some days, they wanted to see the results. And they found out that the workers were working only 4 hours instead of 6. Because in 4 hours, they were making their 60 rupees or $60, which was they were getting otherwise also. And that's what they needed for their daily life. They are so tuned to that. So everything fails, except that which is described in Srimad Bhagavatam. That doesn't fail. That's a guaranteed returns, It's Krishna's guarantee. Remember that. And Krishna's guarantee is so powerful that it can never fail. And that's why in Shruti, yesterday I told you about Shruti and Smriti. In Shruti, Krishna is described as fountainhead of all rasas. All these 12 rasas is the fountainhead, is the source. So if you associate with him through his devotees, through his paraphernalia, through his sajo saman, as we say, nama rupa sajo saman, sangha. Then what happens? You get all these 12 rasas automatically, simultaneously. So, when we are hearing Bhagavatam, then now here are some of the fundamental rules explained by Srila Prabhupada. He says that when you are hearing Bhagavatam, you are reading Bhagavatam, or you are watching Bhagavatam through some video or something, you should at that time give up all other activities and fully relish, concentrate on this wonderful literature. We already established that Bhagavatam is nothing but a literary incarnation of Krishna. It is not different from Krishna. So, for that is very important that we read Bhagavatam from start to finish. Don't simply open some chapter somewhere, just or one shloka. And no. The whole thing has been designed in such a way that it takes you from lowest stage to the highest stage as you go along, Our level of understanding, our level of absorption increases very, very slowly and nicely. And that's why we start from Canto 1 and then go slowly. And then, and then most of the people, especially the impersonalists, they get stuck in the 5th canto. The 5th canto is the explanation of the universe, universes, and the distances, and the whole system is described, and they are so mind-boggling, so to say, that people give up. They say, "Oh no, this is not for us." How can this be? You're talking of some 1 trillion yojana, or each yojana is 8 miles and things like that. So they just give up. So devotees say that that's a trap laid for non-devotees. They don't want to continue after that because they think, okay, this is not for us. And that's why what happens? they straight go to the 10th canto. And in the 10th canto, they go to the Rasa Leela part of, which is supposed to be the highest level of understanding of Krishna. If you want to achieve Krishna Prema, then that Rasa Leela is supposed to be the highest. So it's like, just when you are born and instead of going through the kindergarten, etc., you directly go to the PhD. So what can you do there? Can we do that? Then you have no need of a school or a college or so on. So we should go from the beginning, absorb one by one, and then so you will see that as you go along, you start your conviction starts getting better and better. And then the last thing which we should never ever do is, which is very popular, but we should avoid, and that is to listen to the professionals, the kathakar. In our recent trip to India, one day I was just sitting in front of the TV, somebody's house, and the remote was there. So I just wanted to see what's going on, because here we don't see and don't get all those things. And, I was shocked. There was something like, I don't remember the number, but there was a big number of so-called spiritual channels, Astha, Shraddha, Bhava, Bhakti, like so many of them. And all these professionals, most of them, they are narrating something. There's a big crowd, there's an orchestra, and then the person is, making you cry and laugh, and then people get absorbed. But no talk of surrender. I just heard one or two just to see what's going on. I don't know what's your experience. So you have to be careful. The Bhagavatam has to be heard from a Bhagavata. Okay, Bhagavata is not available these days. People like me are only available. But at least those who are, in the disciplic succession, those who are not reciting it for filling their belly, which are big bellies, of course. So at least that much we have to listen from a devotee. Sometimes it may look boring because some devotees may not be so expert in telling you the jokes and so on. But doesn't matter. You stick to the subject matter. And like Parikshit Maharaj, Parikshit Maharaj knew that he is going to die in 7 days, right? So he got the right attitude at that time to find out what he should do. And when Narada Muni told him that you should spend these 7 days in Krishna Katha, then he got the spiritual master. Krishna sends a spiritual master also when required, when you are sincere. And then he made his life successful. Otherwise we won't be having Bhagavatam. Although he did a horrible thing, that all will come now. I'm just giving you a glimpse of what's there in store for us. Every single instance is as per the blueprint, as per the master blueprint drawn by Shri Krishna himself. So there are others like Khatavanga Maharaj, he got, I think, one muhurta. These are time scales. I'll share with you the time scale. One muhurta, that's all he was told. And he immediately gave up everything else and dedicated his life to. But our situation is that we don't know whether we got 7 seconds or 7 years or 70 years or what. And if we miss the bus at the time of leaving the body, then we have to again come back, start from scratch. But if you are tuned to Bhagavatam sincerely, whenever we miss something, everything is available. Books are available, recordings are available, everything is available. Just go back, keep yourself tuned. This is my request. I'm nobody to force anything on you. But this is my request, because if you do that, you will thank me one day. That yes, Prabhu, you told us something, we followed, and we're really, really happy about that. Okay. So thank you very much. I'd like to stop here. If you have any questions, comments, please feel free. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you
Hare
very much.
Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for a wonderful class.
Hari Bol.
Prabhuji,
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes, please go ahead.
Why did you skip text 2?
Nothing, no question. I told you, we are not going shloka by shloka.
Oh, okay.
So, text 2 I had covered almost in yesterday's class. This was not supposed to be shloka number 3 today or something, but as I said, I thought that after this the katha starts, the narration starts, right? So I thought this is a very, very valid point about, yesterday we talked about Krishna, so today I thought we should talk about Bhagavatam, the subject matter. And this particular shloka describes it so nicely. That's the only reason. There's no other reason.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
I got a question. How we can impress upon the common people? Common people, by that I mean people who are not non-devotees, to impress upon them the importance of Srimad Bhagavatam.
It's it's a very good question, but different situations come. Like, for example, I'm just giving if you go and tell this to a buffalo, that this is, this chanting is like this, do this, what response will you get? Will the buffalo stop eating whatever she is eating and say, no, I will give up everything and all that? So same way, people are so conditioned. But at the same time, remember one thing, there are, among those conditioned souls, there are few who are interested but do not know where to find it. They want to do something, but they are having lack of knowledge and lack of guidance. So we have to support those people. We should not bother about millions around us. In our family also there are people like that, right? Actually, I'll just share, there's a thing called formula for this. Whom to tell. There are 4 types of people. One who does not know that he does not know. Right? Other one is he knows he does not know. Third one, he does not know that he knows. And the fourth one is he knows that he knows. So among this lot, those who know that they know, they have to be followed, because they know it. They know it, and so if you follow them, we can progress nicely in life. Then there are those who do not know that they know. That means they are sleeping. You have to wake them up, like for example, they come from an Indian background and, a Brahmana family and this and that. So everything is there, but they are already forgotten about it, because they are not interested in it. So we have to wake them up. Jiva jago, Gora Chandra bole. Pishachi, Kota Nidra Jao Maya, Pishachi Rakole. People are sleeping in the lap of Maya. So we have to wake them up. Third one are the best. Those who know that they do not know. Very simple people. They will say, I don't know. I don't know Sanskrit. I don't know this. But they are ready to hear and gain some knowledge, and so they are the best of the lot. What we have to avoid is the last category, or the first category I said. Those who do not know that do not know. Like simply blah, 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 like something has gone in their mind and they keep on harping on that. So do not waste your time on that. That's the key. Moment we start wasting our time on that, then our efforts are also gone. We get frustrated and we think that, oh, this is not done, that is not. So we have to study a little. We have to find out. There are as I said, there are millions of souls waiting for Krishna consciousness. You have to look around, and the moment you see something, you would start talking up to somebody about Krishna and you will immediately know the reactions. Somebody will avoid you meeting next time. Somebody will want to know because he doesn't know anything. Like, when I was in Tallahassee, there was one doctor. He wanted to know. He did not know anything. And so he will come and spend a couple of hours almost every second, third day asking questions. And he will admit, I don't know anything. So you love to talk to these kind of people, and then share with them. And we cannot turn everybody. We cannot make everybody a devotee. That's not possible. Even Krishna could not do it. So who are we?
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Anybody?
Prabhuji, I had one
Yes.
more question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, when reading this book, Prabhuji, the Bhagavatam,
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost completing the introduction.
Okay.
And there are I don't know whether you know this, there are plates like plate 1, plate 2.
Mm-hmm.
So should I read them?
Yeah, why not? Plate 2, there are pictures and explanation, from where, what is this about? Those are the plates.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they give
They are
insight.
actually, those plates are generally to make people little interested in, okay, what's this, little curiosity. What is going on? So they may, because of the plate, they may read. But since you are reading anyway, full thing, so even if you avoid the plates, it's all right.
Okay. In plate 7, there is he talks about, he accepts the 3 qualities of qualitative forms of Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva.
Okay.
Vishnu is the deity of quality of goodness.
Right.
Brahma is of passion.
There is a story behind that, that Bhrigu Muni's story.
Okay.
Yeah. So these plates are, as I said, they are about some instance.
Okay.
This is just basically to make people interested in, okay, what is this? So like, you are seeing that now you want to know what this. So you'll read.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now here he makes a comment like I was kind of very disturbed actually.
Okay.
Because I'm a Shaivite by birth.
Mm.
So he tells the materialist and the foolish human beings worship Brahma and Shiva respectively. Which definitely, this comment is made, there is a reason, I know that. So actually this put me off actually.
Yeah, I know.
That's why I'm asking you, what is the way of approaching this book,
That's why I told you, remember yesterday what I said? I don't know whether you're there yesterday, I remember you were there.
Yeah.
I said it that unless you accept Krishna, at least principally, you will find it difficult. Because, other ways to be goody and then speak, but that will not help us in the long run, right? Because the knowledge will not be imparted properly. So a sadhu is always speaking the truth. He is not speaking to please somebody. Prabhupada is like that, he just calls it. But if you see Prabhupada's, initially, for example, as you are saying, when I started reading, and whenever I was seeing the word rascal, I was little disturbed also, not lot of disturbance, because I said, what is this going on? But then later on, I kept reading and keeping asking questions, and then I was convinced that yes, this is just for non-devotees, those who are not surrendering to Krishna. The devotee feels compassion and also feels anger, that why is it not happening, like that. Like just now Prabhu said that how to deal with people who are not surrendering. So you become a little frustrated also sometimes. I'm telling him the truth, I'm telling him the good things, but he's not able to digest. So this you have to take in your stride and take it in the right spirit, because as I said, initially when our backgrounds are different, different people come from different backgrounds. But Bhagavatam's truth is universal. It's nothing to do with the Shaivite or Vaishnava or this or that. It's just the absolute.
That is true, Prabhuji. I have nothing against anything.
I understand. This
You
is.
have to make this comment based on what is he telling? So I wanted to know that.
No, this is what I'm saying, the conditioning, because we are conditioned, we are conditioned in a particular way. Okay, we worship a particular thing, a particular, mantra, and we have particular kula gurus and kula this and that, so many things.
Yeah.
But then, as I said, if you want to get something good, you have to give up something not so good. Or sometimes we have to give up our so-called beliefs, right?
I'll try, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavad Pranams. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Can I add something?
Yeah, please.
Mataji.
Absolutely. Please go ahead.
Recently, I heard in a lecture of Prabhupada that here says the word fools worship demigods like Brahma and Lord Shiva. Why that word fool? Because Prabhupada was telling that Krishna uses that antavattu phalam tesham tadbhavati alpamedasham. Because ultimate goal of having taken birth here is to not take birth here again and undergo all the sufferings that we have undergone for so many lives.
Right.
So mukti is given only by Mukunda. That Lord Shiva and Brahma themselves, they agree. I think there's a shloka where Lord Shiva says that mukti is, if you want mukti, then you have to worship Mukunda. So Prabhupada was mentioning that point, that so even if we worship them and if we are sincere for mukti or liberation, which is the only intelligent thing to do, an intelligent man would do, because everything else, whatever we get, we are going to lose and again carry on the baggage. So that is a foolish thing to do in a human form of life. So if we ask Brahma and Lord Shiva mukti, then they will tell us to go to Mukunda, because only God can do that. And the Lord also specifically says, Sarvadharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam vraja.
Right.
Mam. So what happens is, I maybe I would, in the Krishna book, Prabhupada says that, we read recently in a paragraph, that how by worshipping the Lord, we are properly worshipping Brahma and Shiva, by worshipping Krishna and following his instructions.
Yes.
And so when it comes, why? Because our goal is not diverted to attain anything else except the service of the Lord and eternal life. That's an impetus for spiritual life. So something like this, I heard it from the lecture, and I would try to post that thing from the Krishna book. It comes in the book, and the chapter Prayers by Personified Vedas.
Right.
Where they are just making a point that we are not fanatic, or we are not condemning other people or sectarian when we say that worship only the Supreme Lord, because it is logical and common sense to do that, because we have a short lifespan and we have lots of things to do in devotional service. And also, second point is, by worshipping the Lord and concentrating on Him alone and His service, automatically Brahma and Shiva's worship is included, multiplied by many times when we worship them. In fact, those devas are very pleased when we worship them, and that's the thing that Prachetas also, Lord Shiva says, Rudra Gita, when he says that he is worshipping himself, Sankarshana. So just wanted to add these points too.
Thank you so much. Yeah, the main point is that, initially when we are not yet fully exposed, these kind of things will happen, they will come. So we have to get our questions answered by proper people. Otherwise it can lead to something different, So you have to be careful whom you are asking these questions. If you tell somebody who is already envious or something like that, then he may add some more mirchi masala and say that these people are rascals and this you should not attend, this, that, all those things. So ultimately what we have to see is what is good for us. Is this helping us in progressing, or is it becoming an obstacle? That's all we have to see. Okay. And there is nothing that Krishna cannot give us. That is what we have to understand properly. There's nothing that others can give and Krishna cannot give. There's no such thing. So if in that situation, it is better to focus, that's what all Prabhupada is saying, that just focus. You got such as Mataji said just now, such a short life. Why we want to try, keep experimenting? We already experimented enough, right? Okay, thank you so much. Anybody else has any comments, questions? Okay then. We have again crossed the time limit, but we'll try to slowly come to that.
Prabhuji, we are meeting now next week.
Next, not the next full week, we have Bhagavatam Saptah going on here. So it will be next Monday, not
Next
coming Monday, that Monday after that. That is, whatever date comes. I don't know the date. Okay.
You will send a reminder, right, Prabhuji?
Yeah. I will send today that, there will be, tomorrow, for example, tomorrow there is supposed to be a class in our regular schedule, but it won't be there. I will try to, if when I go there and see everything, I may try to make that as a class, that instead of 8:30, it will be, I think, 6:30 or 7 or whatever. And then you can hear those who can understand Hindi, you can hear those classes also.
That will be great, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much.